everybody, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jeff.
And we're here to tell you a little story. We see this all the time. A couple walks in, orders their food and drinks, admire the variety of board games, and then sit down with Connect 4 in their hands. This is a vital mistake, and at this point we have no choice but to take action.
Not that we have anything against Connect 4. We think it is a solid game. But we have a few picks that we would like to recommend to you guys.
So for this video, we want to introduce you guys to some of our recommendations for some easy to learn and fun to play two-player games. So one of our picks is definitely got to be the new game, Santorini. Santorini is a very beautiful abstract game that can be played in roughly 20 minutes. Its art is absolutely incredible, and the production value is on another level. In Santorini, you play as youthful gods and goddesses competing to aid the citizens in building a very beautiful village. Each turn, you do a simple movement action along with a build action. During the movement action, you may either move one of your two characters into any of their neighboring spaces. This includes going up one floor or any floors down. Then you proceed to build adjacently to the builder that has moved. If you choose to build on a third platform, a dome is placed and that space is removed from play. The goal of the game is to either have one of your two builders get onto the third platform. I personally have this game in my collection, and I would say it's my personal #1 favorite two-player game.
So one of my picks is Jaipur. It's a game about trading goods in India. The game is very simple and can be learned and played within 20 to 30 minutes. The setup is very easy. Players are first dealt 5 cards each, which consists of various goods and also camels. In the middle of the table, there will be 5 cards face up to form a central market. On your turn, you can either get goods or you can sell goods. To get goods, players can either take a card from the market or trade several cards with the market. To sell, players will have to sell all their goods of a certain type and score tokens. As simple as this game is, there is a lot of back and forth that goes on, and that'll always keep players on their toes. And that's why I feel like Jaipur is one of my picks.
So the next up on our list would be The Game. It's a co-op game that takes about a minute or two to learn and can be played in solo or up to even 5 players, but it's a great two-player game. The game consists of 102 cards, 4 cards to start the pile. Each player will start with 5 cards. On their turn, they will need at least 2 cards on these piles in either ascending or descending order. Then they will draw up to as many as they played that turn. The next player will take their turn following the same rules until no cards can be played or the draw pile runs out. Players are not allowed to discuss what numbers they will play, but they can definitely let their partner know which piles not to play on. There is a special rule where a player can play a card 10 or higher or lower, depending on which way the stack is going, to roll the numbers back on that pile. Just try to play as many cards as possible before the game's end. Fewer than 10 cards left, including those left in your hand, is considered a win.
So the next pick is Coulomb II. This one is a great two-player game for those who enjoy something quick yet very strategic at the same time. The board consists of 1x2 to 2x3 tiles. The rulebook does have a standard 8x8 board that you guys should start off with, but you can definitely change it up once you are more familiar with the rules. Once the board is set up, players will take turns placing their colored marbles onto the board. After the first player places their marble, for the rest of the game, players must follow this rule. When placing their marble, the new marble must be played on the same column or row as the previously played marble, but not on the same tile or the previously played tile. If no more marbles can be placed or a player runs out of marbles, the game will end. At this point, players will then take apart the board and score on the tiles where they have the majority of their marbles on. If there is a tie, then nobody scores on those tiles. Points are counted based on the number of spaces that are on the tile itself, and the player with the most points wins the game. Coulomb is a great game, and it is definitely one that I recommend to a lot of the customers here because it's very easy to learn, people love it, and I also love the fact that it is Mensa approved, so maybe you'll get smarter by playing this game.
Our 5th and final suggestion is Patchworks. It's a very popular game, and for good reason. The theme is unique, and the goal is to create a beautiful quilt with leftover fabric. If you enjoy games like Tetris or Blokus, this game is perfect for you. You start off the game by taking a quilt board, and you want to fill up as much of it as possible by the end of the game. You do so by purchasing patches with button currencies. On your turn, you may advance and receive buttons, or you may take and place a patch. When you place a patch, you move the neutral token, pay for the patch, and place the patch onto your quilt board. At the end of the game, players count their buttons, which is equivalent to 1 point, and then you count the leftover spaces that you failed to fill up, and that is minus 2 points. After all the totals, including all the special bonuses, the player with the highest point wins the game.
And those are just a few of our picks. We know that there are many other board games out there that we haven't mentioned, but we feel like this is a good place to start if you're going to dive into the world of board games.
So let us know in the comments, what are your favorite two-player games?
Now, Lazy Wolf is going to come out with other videos as well, including tutorials, gameplays, and other videos like this. So if you want to learn more, just make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date. And we hope to see you guys again soon.